And what is going on, everybody? This is Captain Hook Tree Climbing. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I am your host, Jose, here. And just want to say what's up to you guys. How are all of you doing tonight? I can't see the chat right now, but I'll figure it out. Anyways, so what I want to do tonight is just get into one of the videos that's going to be coming out soon, and let's watch together. Let's watch together the first few minutes. How's that? So we're going to go here. So we got tons of videos here. Don't even know which one to start with. We'll just go right into that one. So let's go.
Today we got a bunch of pine trees coming down. I'm gonna just go through my the equipment list here using a throw bag. Got some Sanson throw line in there. It is frayed, but it's just awesome throw line to use. So I'm gonna leave that by the tree. I'm gonna be using these Gecko spikes here. Gecko spikes, they are definitely modified from the time that I got them. So before I had cuffs that didn't have this Gecko branding there, and then I also have the pole gaffs. So pole gaffs are definitely my favorite. A lot of people ask me about them, so pole gaffs are going to be my go-tos, especially for those thick bark trees. And
yeah, so just wanted to comment on that. So thick bark trees, in terms of like even pine trees, there's some loblollies out there that get pretty big, and well, you know, the bark gets thick, man. Even up in Jersey, we had a sand pine, and so real thick bark. One of the, I guess, downsides to this kind of gaff is that it is fairly long, and so when you're standing in your spikes, it's very easy to sink them in. And if you sink those spikes into like some real soft wood, I mean, it's going to be hard to get out, you know. So there have been times when I'm kind of fighting that a lot, usually in like the higher portions of the canopy in a pine tree, and just younger pine trees in general. Any kind of pine tree. I've experienced it with lots of different pines, like spruce trees, cypress, and then the white pine, especially white pine. White pine's just got like, it's like the thinnest piece of cambium bark layer that you can imagine. I mean, right here in the video, we can see that right above the spike here is a cherry tree, and you see the bark peeling on there. It's kind of like that. I mean, it's like that thin, super thin, and you just get right into that soft wood. Anyway, without further ado, let's keep going here.
it's just all around workhorse, you know, good for just about any tree. You don't have to worry about them. Out in Jersey, I know there's a lot of chestnut oaks, and that bark is thick and hard to penetrate, man. So pole gaffs, for, you know, growing up in that kind of environment with thick bark trees has always been well, led me to use them and made me favorable toward them. Anyway, a few equipment bags. Today we're just going to be basically blocking down these trees. So what I'm going to do is set a basil anchor in them, and I'll use the akimbo to go up. the Akimbo is going to give me the ability to use that SRT system. Not only that, but it's also going to give me the ability to spar anchor. You could DDRT off of it using MRS system. So let's go ahead and get this rope up in this tree. We're gonna do a little bit of throw bag manipulation. And here, when you're throwing through heavy...
All right, guys, so I am talking about throwing up into the tree, into heavy cover, but you know, that's not what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm actually gonna be going sorry, I'm kind of distracted. I was looking at the live stream. So anyway, what I was talking about here is like when you start throwing a ball through cover, it's really daunting, I guess. At first, I was even talking to my buddy Justin about it a few days ago, and we were looking at a really tall tulip tree, and it was just a wild tree. It just kind of had all them wild suckers growing off of it from the base all the way to the top, and just a full lush canopy, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, hey man, I don't know how you do it. He's like, bro, if that was me, I just probably would give up, basically, you know? And he made a good point. I started to think about it. I'm just like, yeah man, when you're throwing through a heavy cover, one thing that I found is pretty important is the weight of your bag. So if you got a little skimpy 8-ounce bag, you're almost most likely, it's going to make life harder for you to get through the canopy, and then on top of that, like getting it back down to yourself, right? So then, you know, you got to move up. I always throw with a 16-ounce, and that always helps me punch through the cover. It's almost like punching through like hydrilla whenever you're going out fishing, right? You need some heavy weight to punch through the grass or through that cover, whatever it is you're fishing, right? And it's the same kind of idea here. Whenever you're throwing into some heavy canopies, you want to have a heavy bag. And then second of all, you don't want to let that scare you. And the key here is practice. So keep practicing. Make sure that that just the fact that there's a lot of cover doesn't mean that you can't get your ball into the tree. I've made that mistake of kind of thinking about it that way, and it really just doesn't work that way ever. It's much more complex than that. I think I'm just thinking about it. It's really difficult to do it, but the only thing the only thing there is to a step is a step. So you just got to take the step and just go ahead, keep trying. Don't stop and have at it, because in the end you're gonna end up winning. In the end, you're gonna get all this experience, and that's what it's about. Getting the experience to be able to shoot through that heavy cover. Because whenever I'm working, I always come up to these trees that just like they look daunting. I'm just like crap. Like, where do I throw my ball? And sometimes it's kind of just difficult. Like, I'll look at it from one angle and I'll walk around the tree just to find the best angle to shoot into the canopy. And I always shoot to the first most viable branch that there is. Okay, so whether that's low, medium, or really high up in the canopy, whatever distance it is, I'm gonna shoot for that most viable one, the one that makes the most sense, without overdoing it and just losing too much time overall. So yeah, I'm going on a rant here. I apologize. Let's keep going with the video.
Some heavy cover you want to kind of throw hard, but you also want to find a good spot. So sometimes it just doesn't make sense to do it here. We'll give it a try. I think what I'm gonna end up doing, instead of setting up the basal anchor, is just set up a DRT system.
So you see, I changed my whole plan right here. I did not continue with the plan I initially had in my mind.
We could pretty much set one up nice and shallow. In the shallow.
Yeah, I'm just singing that song, man.
All right, so that didn't really, that's on a dead branch. See if we could get if we can flip it up. Oh yeah, so we definitely got it flipped, but needs to be on the base of that branch.
Yeah, apologize for that camera angle.
That'll be perfect.
Camera angle could have been better.
We'll leave the throw ball line attached and send the rope up with it, you know. I'll show you real quick, and then we could use the rope to manipulate or the throw line to manipulate the rope toward the crotch, toward the base of that branch.
So I know there's I didn't cut this video at all. Like, this video is pretty raw. So what I'm trying to say here is that basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the rope to the throw ball. Right? I'm going to keep the throw ball on the throw line, and I'm going to use the throw line, bring it up to that tying point that I got. And what I'll do, you'll see in a moment, is I'm going to floss it back. I'm going to work it, right? I'm going to work it back, and I'm going to work it back with the throw ball, right? So it's kind of like that same idea where, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but if you're out on a limb, like you got your ball on a limb and you want to work it back to the crotch, what you'll do sometimes is you're able to put a stick on it, you know, with a half hitch on top, half hitch on the bottom, right? And then this stick comes up and over the limb like this, and you work that stick back to the crotch, right? And so then you're at the crotch eventually. So that's the same idea with the throw bag here, and it saves you all the work that is involved with attaching a stick to it, and then possibly even just all the trouble that comes with a stick. So if you guys are familiar with with that technique, then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a good technique, but it's not perfect.
That branch will hold me all day. It is small, but it'll hold me all day. All right, so we're gonna go ahead there, and we're just gonna floss it on through. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, so I'm gonna stand a little bit closer to the base of the tree and then try that floss.
So right here, what I did is, now I have my back towards the tree, and I have also, I'm basically standing where I want my rope to come, right? So I'm working my rope towards where I'm standing, right? And so then that's always, that's also like a good technique. It's just a good technique to understand even as a ground man. So like, if I'm the ground man and my guy in the tree needs a rope, and we've already set up a rigging line and everything, and I need to swing it over to him, I'm not gonna stand 10 feet away from him and try to swing the rope to him and hope that I get him, unless I know for a fact that I'll get it to him. Let's say I know, I'm not really sure that I'll get the rope to him. What I'll do is I'll stand right underneath the climber and then whip it back to him, right? And then I know for sure my chances of getting it to him are even better. And then to take that one step a little further, literally, is take a few steps further away from where the climber is and then flip that rope to him again. So if the climber's here, I'm standing right underneath him, right? And the rope, I'm going to swing it to him. He's probably going to get the rope. You know what I mean? Just by standing underneath him. And that's kind of the same idea here, what I'm trying to do with working with Dingback. Just different application. Yeah, let's hop right back into it.
Alright, so it's definitely working here.
Hey, I see you guys in there. 2 people watching right now. That's cool, man. Hey, peace to you guys, man.
Definitely not perfect, and I don't want to encourage you guys, especially for those beginners watching, to learn some bad habits here. Because I mean, sometimes you just gotta climb on it, man. Give that element of time to think about. Oh Jesus. All right. All right, so let's go back to this equipment list here. We got the Petzl Sequoia SRT here, full reach chainsaw lanyard. Got the double ridge rocking here. All right, so here, bam. I'm gonna tighten this guy up here, and afterwards we're gonna tidy it up. So nice and tidy cockpit here, and yeah, let's move on to these beautiful buckles. Yeah, check those out. Good.
I was actually recently talking, well, not talking, but commenting with Brer Rabbit. If you guys are familiar with him, he's just always commenting. He really wants that gift, man. He wants that giveaway. He's working hard for it. So anyway, Brer Rabbit, shout out to you, man. Thanks for all the comments, by the way. And what Brer Rabbit was asking me about was like, he's like, hey man, I'm torn between the Monkey Beaver 2.0, the new Tree Motion saddle, and the Sequoia SRT, or one of the versions, because there's also a DRT version. And so anyway, he's like asking me for the advice on it. And so one thing I'll say about this saddle here is like, I like it. I love it. I love this saddle. I like the idea behind it. I like the different loops for different tools and whatnot. Like, you just have a bunch of space for equipment, and I really like that. I also like the fact that they've created some kind of a bungee system on the back of the saddle so that you can just fit a nice little med kit in there. Let me just get this thing to focus. So yeah, anyway, and I really like it. There's like all these little goodies, super high quality, just the tidiness, the different features of the saddle. It's just so high quality. Look at those buckles. Those buckles are unique. They're not even, I don't even think they're closely related to what Teufelberger uses. Teufelberger uses something totally different. Everything about this saddle is just exquisite, absolutely beautiful. It's just that this thing has a small back padding, and I don't like that. It actually hurts my back more than it helps me out at the end of the day. Because when I'm climbing, you know, with the adrenaline and everything, you don't really feel the pain. Um, so, yeah, let's move on. Let's go ahead.
All right, and good. I need to take my phone out of my top pocket because these leg loops, man, gonna smash my phone. I've bent my iPod before, many years ago, but yeah, I think that's it. We have an akimbo, we have spikes, we have a chainsaw, got some water. Let's roll, baby. Let's go ahead and throw this sucker on. We're gonna rack this up in here. Oh yeah. Got a hand ascender in there. Got a foot ascender in there.
Yeah, so I just want to interject here. I think a really important thing about tree climbing is that you always have a little tool bag with you. Something with just like a few things. I don't know. Even to just put a water bottle in. You always want to have a space for at least a water bottle. And this little ditty bag, it's a DMM bag. It's really like I kind of spoiled myself. So for you guys out there that can't afford it, I'm sorry, man, but you know, this is just what I end up. Unfortunately, I spent my money on that. But anyway, the bag itself, just the concept of having a little bag with you up in the tree is like just priceless. Just absolutely priceless. You never know when you can use it. And then on top of that, I've got a few carabiners attached to it, which help me with lanyard management and just keeping myself tidy. And it really does help. Sometimes, like, it makes you a little wider, but it like depending on what you're doing and depending on how tight of a space you're working with, it really shouldn't interfere with your movement in the tree. And it's just for that reason alone, I think it's a great thing to have.
I like having a hand ascender just in case. And then, yeah. Good. So, cool. All right. So I keep this carabiner on there for some rope management, or just a quick attachment. Let's go ahead and touch this saw. Yeah, let's see it. There it is. So textile, cool metal connection there on that attachment point for the chainsaw. And now we have
yes, another interjection. I really think this one's really important. So for me, I really think that thinking about like what's attached to you is really important. But also thinking about how you're going to detach it is just as important. But in this case, it's kind of like the forcible detachment of that saw. So what I mean by that is, like, say you're blocking down a tree, and it doesn't have to be the saw. Let's say it's a bigger saw. Let's say it's a 440 with, like, I don't know, 30-inch bar, you know, razor blade sharp, just ripping, right? And so imagine this thing, for some reason, it gets caught in the log that you're cutting, that you're blocking down. you got the full reach on there, right? Which is a good thing. But then, like, to counter that, it's also not that good because it doesn't have any kind of breakaway function. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have any kind of like a fall rest kind of technology built into it, as would a like a full body harness. When you're going into a bucket truck, you use a full body harness with a breakaway fall arrest lanyard device, right? And so this doesn't have that. So what I do is I use a little wimpy carabiner and attach that to my saddle, right? And I really hope, even wimpier than that, sometimes I'll use something that's not rated for climbing, just in case it does rip out of my hand and I have to just let it go. You know what I mean? And like protect myself. Or just like protect myself from me, because like when you're in the moment, you can train for like all you want, but you might end up just doing whatever you feel like it, depending on how much you train, of course, because I feel like training does influence your decisions. But anyway, all that aside, a little wimpy carabiner on the end, attaching it to yourself, will save you from some serious hip, lower back injuries.
4 kilonewton carabiner attached to that. Go ahead, throw these spikes on. So I like to tighten these up because this will bring the spike up nice and tight. On it.
So what I'm saying is that I like to tighten up the lower straps first,
would be the adjustment,
and then the upper, because
there, very good.
It brings the spike up first on the foot. You see,
these Velcro foot straps they're awesome. Check these things out. Alright. Perfect.
Yep. Handy dandy, man.
Alright. Go ready to go. See what we got here.
Someone was actually recently asking me about like the pawl attachment on the bridge, and so this is what I do. I attach the climbing device, like an SRT climbing device specifically, to the front here, to the front eyelet, and then on the rear eyelet is where I terminate the line. And I do it that way because it creates a nice separation between the rope and the device, so it's not like rope on device kind of a thing. And then I don't know if you guys keep up with Bino, Bino's tree climbing channel. He also kind of just recently touched on the subject of like where the termination knot on your rope can interfere with your climbing device, and so this kind of creates a separation. I use spliced ends on, well, for the most part I use spliced ends, but there are times where I use ropes that aren't spliced, and I like using them too. But yeah, this is a really good technique here.
The only one, huh? Okay.
Oh man. Oh, I need to pause this. Okay, so usually whenever I know when the Akimbo first started coming out, you would see that same Rock Exotica carabiner with the I forget what that little wire is called, but anyway, it's a keeper, right? It keeps the device oriented around the major axis of the carabiner, and so I'm not even using it for the akimbo. I'm kind of just using it for my termination, and then like a big carabiner. It's a DMM. I forget, but it's got like an ANSI gate on it. It's real nice. I like that one.
Feels pretty good there.
Oh man, what happened? I was ready to keep watching. Were you guys ready to keep watching? Okay. Yeah, so that's the end of the video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, watching along with me, and I hope you guys appreciate the interjections there. Want to thank you guys for tuning in once again. If you liked this video, got any value from it, make sure to smash that like button. Really helps me out. I really wanted that video to keep going, man. Holy crap. I almost regret making these parts, but I feel like it's good because it's like a little bit more digestible, and it creates a little bit more maybe some viewership, I'm hoping. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys, man, for all the support, for the comments, and for staying with my journey, man. Currently just doing a little work on the side, but yeah, also going to school. So yeah, gotta go to school, man. Gotta go to school. But anyway, I hope you guys like that video. Let me know what you guys think. I just saw Brandon's comment down in the chat here on my phone. And Brandon, yeah, the 2.0, that's cool, man, that it's like super customizable. I know the weight is pretty high on the Monkey Beavers. I think I had a Monkey Beaver. I used it for a little while, but it was too heavy for me. I thought it was just like, well, for me it was just too heavy. I thought it was like a little unreasonable. I'm just like, man, if only this thing was lighter. And so yeah, that's good to know, man, that you're liking that Monkey Beaver. The most notable thing about the Monkey Beaver is that it has just like incredible back support. I mean, the back support on the Monkey Beavers is awesome. Like, really is amazing. Yeah, so let's exit out of that. You guys want to watch another one? If you guys want to watch another one, let me know right now. Let me know. So I'm just like looking into the video here. So you guys want to watch another one or not? I'll show you guys a video from something you guys have never seen before. Something that I probably haven't seen in a while. Okay, so let's go back here. You guys want to watch Send It? Justin Parker's still in there, man. Cool, man. All right. Let's see what we got here. Got oh, this one's cool. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Pin Elk here. Look at that beach down there. Beautiful beach trees over here in North Carolina.
All right, guys. So maybe one of the questions would be, well, for me, is do I actually need one of these secret weapons to climb up the tree how I just did? And the quick answer is no, but having a pulley like this certainly has its advantages.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a little deflection there. Check that out. Oh, Biggie. Send it, man.
This branch is gonna smack me on the way down. There we go. Oh no. Did I get stuck?
Them rakers
Yes, I
are
did.
real low.
Oh, shit. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Look
Hang
at
tight,
that.
bro.
That's what happens when you cut from the
Yep,
top to the
just hang
bottom,
tight
man.
there.
Never learn.
Ooh.
You never learn. Oh, man. That's pretty stupid. But hey, man, you do it anyway sometimes. I
plan
don't know,
was
I don't
just
know what
kinda
it is.
do that.
Sometimes you just like think.
Other than that,
yeah,
it was
got
kind of just like, sort of a wing it moment there.
Yeah, wing it. You did, that's for sure. Yeah. Let's watch a cooler video. Alright, so I got tons of video here for you guys. What do we got? Oh, nothing there to see. I feel like this might be a video that I might have just shown. No. Oh, we watched this one already. This one's up on the channel already. But anyway, real quick here. I'm tied in right above me with a cinching spar anchor. So if you guys haven't seen that short, there's a short on my channel. Hashtag shorts, just to be clear. Where I show how to tie a spar anchor. And basically what I did is tied a spar anchor right above me. Made it retrievable. Came down, made a box. So I'm nice and comfortable sitting in my saddle while I'm making the notch. And then attach my rigging and everything before I retrieve my cinching spar anchor, retie in, and then make the cut. So yeah, that's love this technique. It's dangerous. Dangerous because you cannot forget that you're tied in above yourself. You can't, like, it's just, it'd be a horrible thing to do to yourself. Alright, so lanyard always goes right above, you see, right above the pulley or your friction rings, whatever it is you're doing. You don't want to get locked up there. You don't want to get tied down, because if you lay that rope over your lanyard, you're beat. How are you gonna come down? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just the way I climb, guys. Always. Oh, check that out. I made a cinching spar anchor with a bowl in there, so it's not even like with all the gear. This is actually really just a very simplistic approach to the simplistic take on the concept of a cinching spar anchor. And here, yeah, man. You know what? Side loading, I've learned is relative to what you're doing. So side loading, yeah, you don't want to side load carabiners, but it is relative to your situation, to the tree you're climbing.
Yeah, let it run a little bit. Yeah, just don't hit the fence.
It's a little more complicated. But I'm doing it here, so yeah. Hello. Beautiful. Check that out, man.
That was perfect, man. Really good.
This guy on the rope, first day. First day. You believe that? It's first day. Yeah. My dude's just killing it. Did a great job. He was roping like that the whole time. Yeah, I never actually got jerked around in the tree. You know how sometimes people don't let it run, and like you just ride that bowl, man. Just super high impact, and it just sucks. It don't feel good. Alright, so here, instead of creating that retrievable spar anchor again, I basically just elected to climb down, not rappel down. Rappelling down is a lot better though, a lot easier. And so, yeah, this tree was full of poison ivy. We had poison ivy on ourselves for like, Justin he went and got a shot, so he was good. But our buddy Robert down there, I don't know how long he had poison ivy for. I had poison ivy for like 2 weeks. I felt it itching, man. It's like, you ever heard of like phantom limb pain? Like you'll just be sitting there like, it's been 2 weeks, man. Like, why am I still feeling itchy? I don't have any bumps or anything. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, man. Well, the live stream. Hey, let's June 13th. I got stuff. Oh, you guys want to see some stuff from Naom? I got some stuff from Naom. Let's see. Got some stuff from Naom. What do we got here? Oh, buddy. So look, we had 80 people. 80 people, okay? 80. I think it was a little more than 80. It might have been like 82 people, but 82 hammocks in this massive beech tree. I mean, the beech tree just... the size of it, the pockets of decay in it just were massive on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were proportionate to the size of this tree. This, look, we got ourselves all crossed up. Like, everybody was looking like this, you feel me? So it was a really good time there. This was named 2021. About a year and a half ago now. Feels like it was yesterday. There, I forget this dude's name here. Was it Kevin?
Oh, the good ones are gone.
He ended up feeding me a bunch of beers while we were up there. Good times, man. Good times.
Good ones are gone.
And so, yeah, by the time I got up there, all the good spots were gone. So, like, and it was also my first time setting up a hammock in a tree.
That's what I was
and
just
you
looking at.
actually need
Yeah.
a really long span. Like, you see these guys? I wasn't setting up like that. I was being all punk. Because I wasn't sure of what I had to do. Like, I was kind of scared. So, Either way, it was a good time. It was a great learning experience. There's Reggie up there, right up here, with them group of guys. Look, bunch of people just acting a fool. It was a good time, man. Oh, there's Asumi over there. She's probably talking to Noel Rodriguez. Shout out to you guys. Where's Gary Thacker? Gary Thacker ended up handing me a hammock. You guys know Gary Thacker out in Charlotte. Shout out to Gary Thacker, by the way. Big shout out to him. Yeah, let's see another one. It's kind of hard to move in that tree, man.
83 hammocks. 83 hammocks, bro.
So that was,
dude, I don't know. There's 80 people in here right now. How?
like there was 80 people in there. 83.
10, like, just real quick. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of people are pretty toasty up there, man. Let's see some more footage from up here. Oh, is this? Oh yeah, okay. So we're dismantling some of the stuff up there. I look like a fool. I was trying out a new setup. Trying out a new setup and did not work very well for me. So,
Oh, clear, rope coming down.
Yeah, so like whenever you're climbing in these competitions, man, it's just like rope coming down, like staying clear. You always gotta announce like when something's happening. Okay. So you see this branch here I'm walking down? Yeah, tons of people walk down this thing. Like you can just see how worn out the bark is. And so alright, laying it in. Oh, and this was a long limb. This was a long limb, man. Good thing I had a good time point. These guys were flying down these limbs, by the way. They're kind of almost running down some of the guys.
All clear.
Doug, if you guys are familiar
Lose gear.
with who Doug is, I forget his last
Lose
name.
gear, all clear.
But Doug,
Or
what a savage
of the
that
section.
guy is.
I got you, man. Actually, here, I'll send it down on a.
Oh yeah, that dude I just threw it to. Also another good climber.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, this was the plumb bob here as well. So it was a good station there. All sprawled out.
Yes, sir. I'm moving out.
Yeah. Okay. Man, look what you did, Justin. I'm just trying to look at all the videos. I'm just gonna cut it out. All right. So, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys tuning into an episode of Watch It With Me. Watch It With Captain Hook Tree Climbing. Yeah, buddy. Thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourselves, guys. And till next time. Peace.